the vehicle. We throw the show over to her. It's all on her. It's an autonomous vehicle. But Gary, do you want to talk to us about what are some of those last minute checks that the vehicle is going through and that we're going to see especially on our screen?
Right. So as you mentioned, the last 2 minutes are auto sequence, and that is executed entirely by the vehicle itself through an automated checklist. You'll see a couple of things. There will be things that you don't see, such as sensor checks, pressure checks on the tanks, radio checks, all hundreds and hundreds of different checks will be stepped through in this checklist. But what you will see is a hydraulic systems going up, which will wiggle the engine gimbal as well as the aft fins. They're not only wiggling those.
I wanted to watch this. I think this is really cool. I know it has nothing to do with my content I make,
fantastic.
But
and again, we are
first human flight's pretty cool with Jeff Bezos.
As Gary said, you don't get to see all of those last-minute checks, but we certainly get to see the aft fins. As Gary mentioned, those are the fins at the base of the vehicle. There are 4 of those. Obviously, they help direct the rocket both up and down. And then the engine will gimbal. That is our BE3 engine, the Blue Engine 3, 110,000 pounds of thrust. Liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen are what are the propellants in the engine. It's not only a powerful and also throttleable engine. The throttle, I'll talk about the
I don't know if
throttle
I'd have the guts to actually fly in the
back,
rocket.
I mean, and that's what creates a nice soft landing, because as it comes in, of course, it's not filled with all the propellant that it had on the way back up. So if we throttle it back, kind of like an airplane, it comes in for a nice, soft landing. And what a trip to space and back. Again, this vehicle, we've had 15 successful flights on. Again, we're looking forward to the 16th one, of course, a very special one with people on board today. I just T-minus 2 minutes. There we go.
Okay.
The bridge is retracting. There's Oliver on the left, Jeff Bezos on the right. We are about to go to space, everybody.
We are in auto sequence.
Morning, everybody. I'm just here to just watch this live launch. I think it's a pretty historic moment. Luckily, woke up in time to enjoy this, but does that rocket look a little phallic to anybody? Or is it just me?
Ariane, when that engine gimbal check occurs and that engine swings, they should actually be able to feel it in the cabin, because it'll sway the stack back and forth.
There go the aft fin checks. There you see the engine gimbal check just peeking out at the base of the rocket.
Gosh, that rocket looks pretty worn down. I don't know. Is that rust? Is that rust on the rocket? I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's just dirt or something.
All right, here we go, everybody. Thousands of people contributed years to this historic moment. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Blue Origin's first human flight. Godspeed, first crew of New Shepard. Let's light this candle.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Gosh, I just can't help looking at that phallic rocket. I don't know.
T-minus 10.
Okay, whatever.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Command engine start. 2, 1.
Wow, look at that. Oh my gosh, it must be so exciting to be in there. Oh my goodness, look at that.
Shepard cleared the tower.
And New Shepard has cleared the tower on our way to space with our first human crew. Go, Jeff. Go, Mark. Go, Wally. Go, Oliver. You are going to space.
Man. The rocket is so small in comparison to what I'm used to seeing, like with the space shuttle and everything, but like...
Oh my goodness, listen to the roar of the BE3 engine. We are just about to pass through max Q, maximum dynamic pressure. That's when the stresses on the vehicle are at their maximum.
Max Q.
Max Q is confirmed. Beautiful burn on that BE3
Yeah, I think Elon
engine.
has to be watching this. I mean,
Liquid hydrogen.
definite competitors, but I
and,
think it's friendly
liquid oxygen as
competition.
the propellant. It's a nice, not just clean in terms of beautifully performing, but what comes out of it, it's steam, right? Whew. To see the glow of the engine underneath the rocket, just under our shoulders, and to know
I wonder if they're going to show any
that we've got a
footage
crew
of
that is
inside the
going to
cabin. That would
space.
be really cool. But
It just feels different, doesn't it, Gary?
It is totally different.
they're getting kind of emotional there. It's kind of cool. It's just a cool moment, you know. I mean,
All right, you can
anytime
follow
humans
along,
go
of
into
course,
space, it's a really
the
cool
speedometer
moment, no
in the
matter who
bottom
it
left,
is.
the altimeter in the middle of the screen there.
Omi will go higher. That's
so
right.
Far appears to be
Beyond
a
the
nominal
moon
flight.
to Pluto. Imagine if, like, if you're Randy Chavez, you know, has got like 80 million Omi or something. Let's just say
All right,
Omi hits
coming up
$1.
here
He
on
could definitely
Nico,
afford a space
main
flight.
engine cutoff. That will be followed shortly
That'd be
by
neat.
separation. And at that point, after separation, we're going to let the astronauts unbuckle and take in the freedoms of zero G. There is Miko, main engine cutoff. A beautiful shot down the New Shepard rocket. Look at that view. Unreal.
They're in zero G.
Awaiting separation here. And here we are. You can start to see. Stand by. You're going to see the separation of the capsule from the booster itself.
Oh, wow.
Is that it?
So you have to look out the window. Holy shit, God. Oh,
No. I wonder, is that audio in the cabin? Fairy's like, it looks like the Earth is round.
There we go. Our astronauts have passed the Kármán line at about 328,000 feet, continuing their ascent. You see the two vehicles there.
Yeah, there we go. That's
when
good.
the speed hits zero, you know that they've hit apogee, their maximum altitude, and you hear they're having quite an experience.
All my instincts are fucked. Okay, I'm gonna start back. Okay. Yep. Got it. You just have to wait for it. You want the skittle.
John Doe says, so then what? They just going to fall back into our atmosphere and fall back down to Earth? I guess so. Apparently, they said earlier, I don't know if you're watching, but they said that when it lands, it's like less than one, it's like 1 or 2 miles per hour hitting that dirt.
Yeah!
1 minute warning. 1 minute warning.
Go. Oh, sorry. It's right there.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe someone in the chat knows, but are they going to come back anytime soon, or are they going to go around the Earth a couple times, or are they coming back shortly? I don't know.
I cannot. Oh, wow. You got to take a moment. Okay, get in. Gotta get in.
There we go. Some rocket footage there.
Oh, look at this. It's dark up here. Oh, wow.
Oh, I guess it's coming back down. So I guess that answers my question there. So,
Everybody in?
man, that'd be like the quickest way to spend
Perfect.
what $6-7 million, however much the ticket costs. I
Astronaut
mean,
Oliver.
it's like it's only been 5.5 minutes and the ride's almost over. It's like the world's most
Oliver,
expensive
status check.
ride.
Oh, sorry.
Blue Control, Oliver, status perfect. Nancy.
Copy, astronaut Wally.
Wally.
Blue Control, Wally is in.
Copy, astronaut Dono.
Godmaster says, "Would you have been a Space Force officer, Dan?"
Copy, astronaut Bezos.
I don't think so. I'm not very technically inclined. I almost joined the Air Force, but I realized it probably wasn't for me. You know, my dad was in the Air Force, but I don't think I would have liked it too much. But let's see if it lands pretty nicely. They said that there's going to be a lot of dust that flies up because the type of dirt on the ground there. Man.
Thank you again, everybody, for joining us live for our first UN flight on New Shepard. So far,
18 mil. Phil Gaynor says it's 18 mil ride. Gosh, it's like
pad.
what?
There we
less
see
than 10
engine
minutes.
relight. The sonic boom.
Oh wow, man, coming in hot there. That's like a Star Wars-esque spaceship. How it lands. I mean, gosh, man, we've come a long way in like 30, 40, 50 years. Man, that's cool. That's
And
super
booster
cool.
touchdown. Welcome back, New Shepard. A beautiful rocket that provided a beautiful flight to space.
First up, your booster has landed.
Booster landed.
Where's like the pod? Didn't know where the pod was.
Control Bezos, let's wait to hear about the booster.
I didn't know where the pod was. I was like, what the hell happened? I'm so stupid.
And there it is, our crew capsule with our four
There's the people.
crew members on board.
You have a very happy crew up here, I want you to know.
Phil Gaynor, anonymous winning bid of 25 million, had to back out due to scheduling conflict. Maybe he just got scared.
Stand by drogues.
I don't know. Maybe
drogues.
it must have been something important. Oh, wow! Look at that.
Stand by main. Stand by main.
Oh, so far,
Oh,
a nominal
jeez.
flight. Here comes the crew capsule back from space. The
That's
drones
cool.
deployed. Here are the mains out, reefing and coming to full inflation. Our rocket went over Mach 3, and now they're coming floating back down at just about 15 or 16 miles an hour, about to join us home. Back here in West Texas, after having gone over the Kármán line, the internationally recognized line of space, the world's newest astronauts. Gary, how you holding up, friend?
I am speechless.
Yeah, they're emotional. I mean,
Wow.
you know, it's space. Space is like one of those
And those
unifying
big, beautiful
things. Like we
windows.
all win when we
Just
make
got about a
advancements in
minute and a
space.
half
You know,
Of
regardless of who it is, what nation,
floating
what
before,
group of people,
the
what
activation
person.
of the skirt jet for a soft touchdown. At this point, there are sensors on board that are detecting how high they are above the ground. Multiple sensors, and just 6 feet above the ground.
I was a
that
little
cushion
scared
there
that the
will-
rocket would blow up
will
or something.
puff,
I guess just
and they
some
will have a
some
soft
Challenger
touchdown, almost like
PTSD or
just sitting in a
something.
chair.
Man, that is so cool.
But I'm sure their adrenaline is pumping now.
Hey, Danny, what's going on, man? Just enjoying this monumental moment. There's a drone there, probably taking some footage. So 25 million for like a 10-minute ride into space.
And touchdown. Welcome back, New Shepard's first human crew.
Willy
What?
reminds me of Willy Wonka. It's funny.
What a
Welcome
flight.
back to Earth, first step. Congratulations to all of you.
Yeah, I was just talking like,
What
you know,
a
Randy
day,
Chavez
what
is
a
like
day.
a Omi whale now. He's got like 80 million Omi. So if this hits $1, he can definitely take himself up there. And probably it'll get cheaper as the decades go by. You know, they kind of scale this up where the common man like Maybe one of us can actually
That's
fly
a
there in the
very
next 20
heavy
years.
cap
I mean,
column
that
here
was
as
always my
well.
dream to fly into
Let's do a
space.
status check. Astronaut
Didn't think it
Oliver.
would ever be possible, but you know, man, society has advanced so much since I was a kid. You know, I'm 36
Copy.
now.
Astronaut.
Not you says it should have come with an NFT.
Copy. Astronaut demo.
Astronaut demo. I am.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ray. I do wish they showed more of the
Copy.
cabin footage instead of just the audio, but they probably value their privacy or something, you know. Jeff Bezos is really privacy oriented.
Best day ever.
Godmaster says I got Space Force NFTs. They have
Copy,
NFTs?
everyone. Go ahead
Really?
and remain in your seats. Crew member 7 is on their way. Shortly, you will hear the capsule off-gassing.
Crystal says should have had the VV logo on the side. Yeah. You can always Photoshop that in. Make for some good clickbait thumbnails. Mike Wiggins, wonderful touchdown. Do they hop on that dirt road and thumb to the next bus station now? They should. They should have like first class where like a limo picks up Jeff Bezos and all the other people have to walk like 3 miles back to the station. That'd be funny.
First up, Blue Control, your apogee was 351,210 feet.
Good control. Could you say that in meters?
Maybe we'll watch a couple more minutes or so. Maybe see who's going to pick them up, or if they're just going to hang out there. Like that probably. Oh wow! Look at all those people. Man, Jeff Bezos just became the sexiest man in America after this space flight. Come on, it's cool.
That was incredible. That was Wally, that was incredible. No, I was a helicopter. I was surprised at how easy zero.
Sounds like Jeff.
Yeah, it felt very like remarkably natural. It did. It's like swimming. Yeah. Yeah, it's not. It's weird. It actually feels.
Omar says, "I'm glad that people made it home safe. Great history. Yeah, definitely, man. Man, I can't imagine what's going to happen in the next 20 years in terms of space development, man.
The world's newest minted astronauts there on board discussing their incredible flight of a lifetime up to space and back. Wow. Our team is now preparing landing safety operations.
Oh, look at that.
The
Some
recovery crew has
SUVs.
already
Truck. No limo
minutes
there.
ago has left
It's
the
bad
barn
PR
there to
if they get
go,
picked up in a limo, maybe, huh?
Open the hatch. You can see them there. They're arriving at the capsule in the Rivians. You can actually also see that the parachutes fell very close to the capsule. It means that there's not much wind out there. It was a beautiful, beautiful day. Not too shabby, Gary. What do you
It's
think?
a lot of folks there,
No,
huh?
it's picture perfect, and it sounds like it landed pretty much exactly where we predicted. That's how they can get to it so quickly. They start moving even before it landed, based on the
Oh, that's
prediction
cool.
of landing.
I wonder who's in the team. Is it like medical
Weather
people,
balloons that were launched
firefighter
throughout the
team,
morning, and
security?
that
I mean,
gives us a very good idea
technicians.
of where it will land, which are within 1,000 feet. What you're seeing that they're doing right now is Kevin Sprague, crew member 7, is just making sure everybody is okay and gives them a thumbs up. They're also grounding the vehicle. When you go into space, you could accumulate pretty significant electric charge. That's actually why we prefer that the
interesting.
astronauts not get out themselves, so that we can ground the vehicle at static charge, which
good to
can be
know.
quite strong.
Excellent. And I think there that Kevin Sprague, our crew member 7,
Rocket
has
Bajani,
given the,
nice live stream, bro. But what's the correlation
the
to your
thumbs
channel's
up.
content?
For all of our
I don't
our
just want to do
astronauts that are
OMI
on
related
board there.
content.
Again,
I mean,
Jeff
it's fun
Bezos,
for now,
Mark
but
Bezos, Wally Funk,
I wouldn't mind posting
Oliver
some
Damon.
personal stuff
What
and just
an
other personal
incredible
interests.
day. You heard
like
them
something
on
like
the
this.
audio. Best day ever. I mean, this is. I feel like this is our best day ever, and we didn't even get to go up to space. I mean, what a
Yeah,
day.
Crystal,
Again,
I need longer than
congratulations
10 minutes. Yeah,
to the
I mean,
entire
you'd have
blue
to
team,
have
our astronaut crew.
you'd have to have
and
at
of course,
least
the
like
friends and
100,
family
200 million
of
to
these,
justify a
incredible
$25 million
astronauts. They're
purchase
just
that
about to
lasts
exit the
right,
capsule
like
here.
10, 15 minutes
Let's
or
wait
whatever.
For that moment, there you see Jeff in the window.
Oh, there you are. Felix is up here. All right, guys, what we're doing.
wonder how long it takes them to get them out of the vehicle there.
Hey, the main parachute line in front of the hatch.
Okay, take the side, take the side. Help on the bush.
You're just moving one of the main parachute lines to make sure it doesn't snag the hatch when it opens.
And there's Jeff. Thumbs up.
CC safe, Jimmy.
You heard there, the CC is safe.
No, I got
Whenever it gets hot in there, like, man, I'm perspiring. Get me out of this tiny sauna in the middle of the desert.
Confirm. Okay, you can go live.
I kind of get impatient when I get stuck in a roller coaster and they have to like get you out. They have to follow their safety procedures. So you can imagine the frustration.
The architect of New Shepard. Congratulations to you, man.
Congratulations.
Give me a
to you,
hug. This is just, ugh. What a day. Again, thank you everybody for joining us live for our first human flight of New Shepard. Our 4 astronauts went to space and back, topping over 350,000 feet, well over 100 kilometers. They've come back down safely. We're just waiting here for egress. Our crew is going to get out of the capsule and meet their families back here on the ground. Of course,
Cool.
their families that have provided so much support since they were
Cool,
little kids
cool.
and dreamt of this to this
All right,
day.
guys, thanks for joining me for I wanted to watch this with you. I was going to watch it by myself, but it's a pretty cool moment. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you guys next time. Hey, we actually have a live stream with Taps Trades, Hello K, Wannabe Champ at 1:30 Central Standard Time. We're going to be talking about some OMI-related content, the Comic-Con, maybe talk about some personal stuff. We're going to have a AMA as well, so ask me anything. So join us for that if you have time. Thank you, guys. I'll see you in the next one, okay? Bye.